How you doing, folks? Terry Taylor here. The time has come. Spider-Man Homecoming has been unleashed on the world, and I saw it last night. So I'm going to do a little review for you. I'm going to keep this spoiler-free, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, it's okay. I'm not going to ruin anything for you. It was great. It was fantastic. It was such a good time in the theater. Marvel did it again. They really knocked it out of the park with this one. Well, not just Marvel and Sony. You got to give credit where credit is due. Let's address the elephant in the room. Two movie studios came together to bring us this film, and they brought us something that's pretty incredible. And I hope that opens up a lot of doors of possibility in the future going forward on things like this, especially maybe in this world. Tom Holland is just fantastic. He not only nails Spider-Man, but he nails Peter Parker and the struggle it is to be a kid, a teenager coming to terms with, life, but then on top of that, added to the fact that you're a superhero and can do all these amazing things. They nailed that. The tone of this movie was just, it was done perfectly. They really nailed that teenage struggle, like that struggle that it is being an awkward teenager and like coming into your own in the world, but compile that with the fact that you're a fucking superhero. And they nailed it. And Tom Holland's performance was just incredible. I mean, everything down to the nuances. He really sold it. I really believe him in this role. And that's everybody in this cast. The cast of this film is fantastic. They are really just on top of their game. This might be the first time in a Marvel film where I can actually say they nailed the villain. Michael Keaton kills it as Vulture. In the comic books, Vulture's just kind of this goofy guy that flies around, but they really make him sinister, and they give him his motives are very believable, where you almost sympathize with him and what he's doing. You get it, and there's a certain twist that happens with him later in the story where there was like an audible gasp in the crowd, like where they took his character, and they, really knocked it out of the park with that. It's very good to see Michael Keaton back, like in and killing it in film again. He was gone for a while, and then he came back with Birdman. He was in a couple of things here and there, and now he's really, he kills it with this. The score is fantastic. The music, just the little musical beats, really drive this movie forward. This movie's a lot of fun in the theater. This is a movie that I sat there with a big grin on my face. It's shot beautifully. Like, obviously, I'm sure a ton of the Spider-Man work is CG, but it's seamless. It looks fantastic. The action scenes are great, but they carry such emotional weight throughout the film that it really gives them such a much more hard-hitting impact when they actually happen. And like the emotional roller coaster that you go through. All the side characters, all Peter's friends in school and stuff, and that stuff is fantastic. Like, I believe them. This is like the first time in a long time that you see a film like this where high school students are really actually portrayed by people around that age instead of some 35-year-olds, pretending to be high school students. These are kids, and they sell it, and they're great, and their chemistry is fantastic. And the kid who plays Ned, Peter's best friend, whose name is escaping me right now, he's just fantastic, and it's a diverse crowd, and it's set in New York, but it's not pointed out, oh, this is a diverse New York crowd. It just works. It just, I live in New York, and this is just every day. This is normal, and I love the way that they did that, the way they handled it. The film itself is very much almost like a love letter to those John Hughes, like 80s, like teen comedy films, like those coming of age films. It really has a strong element of that, so much so that it nods its head a little on the nose here and there, but in such a warm and endearing way. It really brings a lot of heart to this film. This film is filled with heart. It's just awesome. The cameos in it are great. The cameos from the Avengers, and this is very much a Spider-Man film. You see a lot of Iron Man in the trailers and in the movie posters and stuff, and it's like, how much is he going to be there? He's really there to solidify that this is an MCU film. This story is taking place in the MCU, and really just kind of sort of mentor Peter along, but it's not his film. It is a Spider-Man film. And one of the big things, it's like, they're coming out with another Spider-Man, and it's like, wow, they've really beat Spider-Man to death with the Tobey Maguire movies and with the lackluster Andrew Garfield films, and it was like, are they bringing it back too soon? There's a reason they brought him back, and there's a reason they told the story that they did with him. It's almost like a nice, hard reboot, and they don't go into details about his backstory and how he became, everybody knows he's bitten by the fucking spider. There's just a couple of nods to it, just to keep you in check that this is Spider-Man, this is what happened, this is why he's here. But he's already Spider-Man at this point. He's really just coming to terms with how he should be Spider-Man, and this is something I'm going to go in 100%, and then when he does, that this is, maybe he's got to, ease back a little bit and just be friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. All those beats were so well played out in the story. Movie's great. What a fantastic, fun time. I highly suggest it. As far as... look, I saw Wonder Woman not too long ago. Wonder Woman was great. This is better, in my opinion. This was just fun. This was exactly what Spider-Man should be. If you read the comic books, it's great. The suit is great. It's got quite a bit of gadgetry to it, but that works because it's Tony Stark. So, I have to tell you, I strongly suggest going to see this film. Go see it right away, but do yourself a favor. Stay away from spoilers, because there's a ton of them out there, and there's a lot of things in this film that could be spoiled for you. So yes, stay away from spoilers. Stay off the internet. Just go see Spider-Man Homecoming before too much is revealed in the media. It's a great time. I want to give a little nod out to Zendaya, who I was concerned about her in the film, but I actually really liked what her character was. The sort of dry sense of humor that she kind of had as this outcast. Really great. I mean, for somebody who I wasn't so familiar with, but I was skeptical because she was this pop figure, I really liked what she brought to it. So my skepticism was unwarranted. Anyway, go see Spider-Man Homecoming. I loved it. I was in that theater sweating it up. It was just great. Big grin on my face. This is just a good time. A fun time in the film. Just a great telling of the Spider-Man character and bringing him into this universe that we've had a decade set up for us. This is great. I can't wait to see more of him. I can't wait to see this film again. It was that good. Anyway, go see Spider-Man. This is Terry Taylor. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Spider-Man below in the comments section. Make sure you click like and subscribe, and click that little bell button, and it'll give you a little heads up notification when I drop a new video. That really helps out. Yeah, let me know what you think. You can follow me on social media at Terry the Loon. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. I got more cooking shows and shit coming down the pike. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about any of you. I'm coming with new material. See you soon.